2025 Audi A5 Sedan TFSI 150 kilowatts review. The A4 may be gone, but its spirit lives on in the new A5 range with strong value and a refined drive. Can it beat the 3 Series and C-Class? Pros undercuts key rivals by some margin, punchy, and refined 150 kilowatts turbo engine, practical liftback design, more gloss black, less buttons, no mild hybrid tech. Yet, steering lax feel. Audi A4 has been a staple of the German Marks range since the mid-1990s and continued the lineage of the brand's mid-size premium sedan offering that dates right back to the 70s up in 2024. After 5 generations of a very popular nameplate, Audi decided to throw out the A4 name and make the A5 the combustion-powered mid-size executive sedan and estate offering in its lineup yet. Yes, there was an A5 before it, but the previous generation was offered as a 2-door coupe and cabriolet, as well as a 5-door sportback that was something of a 4-door coupe-style liftback. Now, though, the B10 generation Audi A5 offers sedan liftback and Avant wagon versions, which effectively replaced the old A4 sedan and Avant, in addition to the previous A5 coupe, cabriolet, and sportback. Confused yet? The 2025 Audi A5 range is the first to ride on the brand's new PPC, or Premium Platform Combustion Architecture, which is an evolution of the ubiquitous MLB toolkit that has underpinned everything from the A4 too. The Porsche Macan is far back as the late 2000s, ushering in a new design language and the brand's latest in car technologies. The A5 arrives as a rival to the A4's arch-nemesis, the BMW 3 Series and Mercedes-Benz C-Class. In 2025, both are more niche offerings compared to their more popular SUV equivalents in Australia. Does the new A5 have what it takes to sway Australian buyers from BMW and Mercedes-Benz showrooms? We joined the Australian launch drive in Victoria to find out how much does the Audi A5 cost. The A5 range starts from $79,900 before on-road costs for the entry-level TFSI 150 kilowatt sedan, which is about $9,000 up on the previous A4's entry point, though the base A5 is specified more like a mid-range A4, which started at $80 so old out at launch. Just the A5 Sedan TFSI 150 kilowatts and the S5 range will be available, though Audi Australia has already confirmed for new grades of A5 for release in the third quarter, including a TFSI Quattro 200 kilowatts and eHybrid Quattro 270 kilowatts. Both of these trim levels will be available in sedan and Avant body styles, priced from $89,900 for the sedan and $92. $900 for the eHybrid P HEVS. Audi has achieved price parity. For the plug-in variant with more power, the addition of the eHybrid models is also the first time Audi Australia has offered a PHEV in the mid-size passenger car segment. However, it's worth noting the Audi A4 became the first mass-produced hybrid from a European manufacturer way back in 1997, with a diesel-electric plug-in hybrid based on the B5 Gen A4 Avant. What is the Audi A5 like on the inside, the B10 Gen? A5 range ushers in a new design philosophy for Audi both inside and out, for better and for worse in your reviewer's opinion. While Audi's previous A4 and its other MLB-based cars were lauded for their high quality, classically laid out interiors, the new A5 and subsequent models are going hard on display tech and reducing physical switchgear. The new digital stage interior layout is headlined by the 11.9-inch Audi Virtual Cockpit Plus Digital instrument cluster and 14.5-inch MMI Navigation Plus infotainment touchscreen. This can be bolstered by an additional 10.9-inch passenger-side touchscreen in the A5 for an additional $1,950, like a Porsche, compared to Audi's pared-back, fairly traditional cockpits of old. The new layout and interface can be a little daunting, even jarring. There's a lot of piano black in the bezels of the curved housing of the main driver displays, as well as the center console. Too, the interface is now powered by Android, which explains the smartphone-like widgets and app drawer. Audi says the software is fully tailored to the brand and allows the installation of a wider set of in-car apps via the Audi application store as well as over-the-air software updates. While it's generally fairly usable and definitely not as fiddly as some other touch control-heavy interiors within the Volkswagen group, The A5 S5's infotainment interface feels less conventional and less user-friendly than the previous generation of MMI. The displays offer beautiful clarity, brightness, and graphics. Though the widget-based menu structure isn't as clean as the tiled system it replaces, and you will need to spend a bit more time learning where everything is. Unfortunately, Audi has also moved the A5 to touch-based climate controls. Housed in a permanent virtual toolbar at the base of the central display, these aren't as user-friendly as even the clicky touch controls in larger vehicles like the Q7 and Q8, and feel like a step back. The toolbar is small relative to the available display real estate, as are the virtual buttons, meaning any quick changes while on the move require your eyes to be averted from the road and often result in a press at a neighboring button or pressing it one too many times. I'm also not a big fan of the new multifunction steering wheel controls, which feel like a halfway house between Audi's old tactile physical buttons and the more fiddly touch capacitive controls used in other VW Group models. They're not bad, but they're not great. Either that be prepared to have a microfiber cloth always at the ready too, because the glossy finish of the display and the sways of piano black trim are a nightmare for fingerprints and smudges. But it's not all bad, I promise. Quick load times and gorgeously bright colors make these displays beautiful to look at. And while I miss the beautiful simplicity of the old Audi virtual cockpit layout, the new one with its central dial and adjustable side widgets make me feel like I'm wearing Iron Man's helmet, as you'd expect. The A5's infotainment fit-out comes fully equipped with connected services: wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, DAB digital radio, as well as native navigation with online mapping. As part of the optional for $1,900 premium package, the A5 is also available with a thumping 16-speaker Bang and Olufsen 3D audio system. At full blast, this immersive in-car sound experience is fantastic, though if you turn the bass in, subwoofer up to high, I reckon it might feel too much like a nightclub. In the flagship S5, you can also opt for additional speakers built into the front head restraints for $980, bringing the speaker count to 20. The general feeling of quality is pretty good too, with a good mix of soft touch and textured materials dotted throughout the cabin. While the base A5 doesn't get the all-out extended upholstery of the flagship S5, it's still a pretty nice place to spend time and doesn't feel as plasticky as the Mercedes-Benz C-Class, for example. Further back, there's good space for adults, though the protruding rear center console and raised center seat cushion mean a full-size fifth passenger might only be a good idea on the odd occasion. Audi quotes a 77mm increase in wheelbase over the old A4, which opens up more leg and knee room for rear passengers that can all feel quite closed in if you choose the standard black interior. I personally would be rushing to take the pearl, beige or nutmeg brown interior option boxes, and while the rear windows are decent in size, the rising shoulder line restricts outward visibility for shorter passengers. That said, you can really open up the cabin with the available panoramic glass roof, though you need to pay for $1,990 for the privilege. The optional roof also comes with what Audi calls switchable transparency, basically utilizing similar tech to the Porsche Taycan, whereby a liquid crystal sandwich between the glass panels can be tea. Turn clear or opaque using electricity. That may all sound a little naff to you, but it removes the need for a conventional shade, which opens up more headroom while in theory offering similar if not better insulation from heat and UV rays. Rear climate controls and USB-C charge ports add to the backseat amenity, and there are your requisite ISO-FIX and top tether anchors for child seats should you need them. Fun fact, the rear USB-C ports can output 1,000 to charge larger devices, like laptops should you need the extra juice too, provided you tick the for $1,990 premium packages. Despite being marketed as a sedan, the Audi A5 is actually a liftback. This makes for a very wide and practical boot opening, which opens up to a 445-liter cargo area in base trim and expands to 1:990 with the rear seats folded. As is seemingly customary in most premium products these days, particularly European ones, there is no spare tire, just a repair kit. What's under the bonnet? At launch, just the 150 kilowatts to 0.0-liter turbo petrol and the 270 kilowatts 3.0-liter V6 turbo petrol engines are available. The latter with Audi's new HEV plus 48 volts mild hybrid system that oversees. There are also HEV plus equipped TFSI petrol and TDI diesel variants. And Audi's local product team has left the door open to offering more mild hybrids here, though it hasn't confirmed when we might see them. Speaking of, the HEV Plus tech is effectively an extended 48 volts mild hybrid system that can drive in EV mode unassisted at low speeds. Like when crawling in traffic or rolling in car parks. Audi says official combined cycle testing shows the system can save 7 for L, 100 km of fuel, likely more in stop-start traffic than in the real world. The system consists of an 18 kilowatts motor, generator mounted to the S-tronic dual-clutch transmission, powered by a 1.7 kilowatt-hours lithium-ion battery pack. Audi claims its HEV Plus tech boosts performance and cuts turbo lag, in addition to the fuel savings that result from this following the initial launch. Audi Australia has confirmed it will release the TFSI 200 kilowatts Quattro and e-hybrid 270 kilowatts Quattro variants, both of which will be available in sedan and wagon body styles. The latter is the first plug-in hybrid Audi in the midsize passenger car segment, and claims to offer just under 90 kilometers of WLTP-certified driving range while being about half a second slower from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour than the Hypo S5. Got to see how the Audi A5 lines up against the competition. Check out our comparison to how does the Audi A5 drive. Our launch drive started at the Melbourne Airport north of Victoria's capital and headed out to Mount Macedon. A second transit leg in the A5 brought us back to the airport from the town of Trentham. Also in Victoria's northwest, I drove a bog-standard A5 Sedan TFSI 150 kilowatts for the first leg, then spent the return trip in a highly optioned example with both the style $3,900 and premium for $1,900 packages, the former including larger 20-inch wheels, setting off from Melbourne in the base variant with 19-inch rims and chubbier tires. The A5 sedan proved to be a very refined and unassuming commuter that gets things done without much fuss. The 150 kilowatts to 0.0-liter turbo petrol engine offers all 340 newton-meters of its torque from 2,000 revolutions per minute, and the 7-speed dual-clutch auto is one of the best of the breed. There's minimal engine noise unless you absolutely wring its neck, and performance is responsive and linear. Audi quotes a respectable 7.8-second dash from rest to 100 kilometers per hour, but its real strength is muscular acceleration once you're already rolling. Giving you 5 to 0.0-liter turbo mill from the E888 family is the same base engine as seen in the Lex or the Volkswagen Golf GTI and R. It's no wonder the effortless yet punchy performance has a familiar feel to it. The ubiquitous power unit has been honed and refined over nearly 2 decades, and it shows sadly. It doesn't have the new fuel-saving HEV plus 48 volts mild hybrid tech like the Q5 midsize SUV with the S-M engine, though Audi has hinted that this will eventually be added to the A5 at some point. Well, a 0.7 for L, 100 kilometers saving on the combined cycle doesn't sound like much based on the S5's V6 TFSI with HEV plus, yo. You'd see greater efficiency gains in stop-start city driving, as well as the ability to coast in EV mode when off the throttle or rolling along in low-speed traffic or car parks. The 7-speed S-tronic dual-clutch automatic is also one of the best in the business. You rarely get those moments of hesitation off the line like with DSGs of old. And while there's the odd elastic feeling as it shifts from first to second, it's generally a very smooth and snappy gearbox. It's also not a thrashy or unrefined powertrain when pushed, with a muted and raspy note permeating the cabin under hard acceleration. The standard steering-mounted paddle shifters also allow you to take control of the gears yourself, should you desire. It's generally very snappy and responsive here as well. Once the road gets a little twistier, you might be surprised by even the standard A5's cornering capability. Even without Quattro all-wheel drive and irrespective of the specified wheel and tire package, this evolution of the V, the Daewoo Group's MLB platform, has retained the sure-footed feel of its predecessors, thanks to a wider and lower-slung stance combined. With pointy steering response, even this base car is a bit of fun to sling through a succession of B-road bends that, however, in both the A5 and S5. I felt there was something lacking in the steering feel, even with the Audi Drive Select system set to the sportiest driving mode. It just lacks the feel and feedback to make this a properly engaging drive, which is a shame given any 3 Series or even the electric BMW i4 Grand Coupe gives you more of a connection to the front axle P, particularly when trying to drive it harder. It feels too light and assisted to give you proper satisfaction through bends. Still, the quick response and keen handling makes up for that somewhat. And this is really only a criticism if you're a keen driver that holds these sort of qualities. As a high priority, it rides well too, regardless of the wheels chosen, despite rolling on passive steel springs. In typical Audi fashion, it errs on the firmer side, which keeps the body fairly flat in corners and communicates the road surface and its imperfections. But even on patchy regional tarmac, it rarely felt harsh or unsettled. As for driver assistance systems, which are typically an Audi strength, the A5 and S5 range is just about fully featured, with the exception of a lane centering system, which is notably absent from all PPC and PPEV products down under, while the standard adaptive cruise control does a good job, as do the usual lane keep assist and blind spot or rear cross traffic alert systems. The lack of semi-autonomous highway driving functionality seems odd, especially from a tech specialist like Audi. The brand's local product team has indicated the tech is still under development for Australia, which has various region-specific elements including lane markings, and will be rolled out ex-factory alongside other features potentially as soon as model year 2026 production, which starts later this year. It's understood most vehicles already in Australia should be fitted with the required hardware for these systems, meaning these systems should be retrofittable in existing customer cars at dealer level via a software update at some point in the future. Where you get 3 distinct trim levels are available at launch, including the S5 Edition 1 that's more of a pared-back purist variant. It will be effectively replaced by the TFSI 200kW and e-hybrid 270kW Quattro variants later this year. 2025 Audi A5 TFSI 150kW equipment highlights 19-inch alloy wheels, S-line exterior, matrix LED headlights, selectable light signatures, convenience key, keyless entry, projection light, and exterior mirrors, electric tailgate with gesture control, digital key 11, 9-inch Audi Virtual Cockpit Plus, 14.5-inch MMI Navigation Plus, Audi Sound System, Audi Connect Plus, Audi Smartphone Interface, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, DAB radio, Audi Phone Box Light, wireless phone charger, USB-C charge points front, rear sport front seats with integrated headrests, leatherette upholstery, wraparound interior elements, leatherette, tri-zone climate control, electric front seats, driver memory, 4-way lumbar support, heated front seats, color ambient lighting of 5 TFSI 200kW Quattro adds, 19-inch alloy wheels, different design, S-line interior, sport front seats, S embossing, door sill trims with aluminum inlays, illuminated S logo, front, inlays and brushed aluminum with linear embossing, sport leather steering wheel minus 3-spoke, flat top bottom, shift paddles with S emblem, contrast stitching, stainless steel pedals, black headlining, roof rails, Havana 5e hybrid to 170kW Quattro adds, 20-inch Audi Sport alloy wheels, sport suspension, red brake calipers, black exterior styling package, black roof rails, Avant, privacy glass, auxiliary air conditioning, AC charging port, 11kW AC, 3-phase charging, 240 volts 3-pin, Australian standard plug, 230 volts 30 to amp CE industrial plug, type the charging cable for public charging, wall bracket for mounting of charger option share are a few key packages and single item options. Available for the A5. Style package, $3,900, 20-inch Audi Sport alloy wheels, 5 twin-spoke design, black metallic, gloss turn finish, rear privacy glass, black exterior styling package, a premium package for $1,900. Head-up display, high-powered USB charging ports, Bang & Olufsen 3D premium sound system, acoustic glazing for door, windows, front, color ambient lighting. Pro packaging or item options include metallic or pearl effect paint, $2,100. Premium metallic paint, $3,400. Panoramic glass roof with switchable transparency for $1,990. Seat ventilation front, $2,200. And these in apple with natural. Brown, $1,100 in lease. And chestnut natural gray, $1,100, 10. 9-inch on my front passenger display, $19.50 is the Audi A5 safe. Since launch, the Audi A5 range has been awarded a 5-star ANCAP safety rating based on Euro and CAP testing. Standard safety equipment across the range includes adaptive cruise, control with stop-go, autonomous emergency braking inkle, pedestrian detection, blind spot monitoring, driver attention monitoring, front cross traffic assist, front and rear turn assist, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, parking sensors, front, rear cross traffic assist, surround view cameras, swerve assist, traffic sign recognition, tire pressure loss indicator, vehicle exit warning. How much does the Audi A5 cost to run? A5 and S5 range is covered by Audi Australia's 5-year unlimited kilometer warranty. Roadside assistance is included for the duration of the warranty period, too. Care experts take on the Audi A5. The new A5 sedan doesn't necessarily break the premium executive mold. But in the Australian market, at least it makes a very strong value case against its direct German rivals. Mid-size premium sedan buyers can get a lot more for their money with Audi's new entrant, which starts nearly $10,000 under than the most affordable C-Class and $15,000 below the cheapest 3 Series. The strong value equation is bolstered by sharp looks, a tech-laden cabin, and keen but not class-leading driving dynamics. All are big ticks. While it lacks any form of electrification, at least for now, the base powertrain also has plenty of go and is quite refined, too. I personally am not hugely happy with the increased application of gloss black trim and the reduction in physical, tactile Audi switchgear, nor did I particularly take to the light, overly assisted feel of the steering. That said, a lot of that is down to personal preference, and while base pricing is very competitive, take the 2 available main option packages and you're looking at nearly $90. Zero before on-road costs for a well-optioned base model, which is nevertheless still cheaper than entry-level versions of its BMW and Mercedes-Benz rivals. I'd pass on the style package, but I reckon the $4,900 premium package is a must-have. You also don't need the optional passenger display. But the expensive $4,990 sunroof with high-tech shade will no doubt have high uptake, all told. In a segment that has been in decline for some time and could almost be regarded as niche in 2025, the accomplished new Audi A5 shapes as a more value-driven alternative to its German competitors. If you're not fussed on electrification, the base petrol A5 is a very capable executive sedan.